well, I wasn't able to do what I would have liked to have done, because I think at that time, the lieutenant governor, it's changed just recently with Governor Sandoval, taking the economic development part away from the lieutenant governor's position and put it in the governor's office. I think at that time it was, you had tourism and you had economic development. You could do practically anything, go out and drum up business, try to broaden the base of tourism. So the two things I did, because that was about all I could do, I went to Mexico. I took a group of business people. We went to Monterrey, and there was a man who got the Mexican beer, I think it was Corona, distributorship as a result of that trip. And a pawnbroker guy went, and it's a well-known name in that area. I think it was Mack, M-A-C-K. He wanted to set up pawn shops or get it legalized in Mexico. And so there were those kind of successes. And then I also went to Mexico City after that. And I had gone to Mexico City actually prior to that, when in 1975, through the State Department and a program, and they just happened to call me today after 40 years. It just happened this morning. I called the American Council of Young Political Leaders. And I was selected as a recommendation from Sarah Weddington, who was the one that was the attorney in the Roe v. Wade case. She had gone the year before. And then I also went to Hollywood because under the tourism office, or actually under the economic development office, is the motion picture division. And so I wanted to let them know that we had a lot of things going here besides roulette wheels, because anytime there was any gambling involved, of course they went to Vegas and took pictures and so on. And in fact, when I was lieutenant governor, Martin Scorsese was here filming Casino. And so I met with him and his producer, because they had a lot of complaints, and some were legitimate and some I didn't think were anything that we could do much about. But there were many things. But I went to, and I met with a lot of people at Disney, met at a lot of different, both television and motion picture opportunities. And one of the great examples is that when I went to Mexico, as a matter of fact, I was talking to the Secretary of Commerce, and I had said something about, he said he'd just come back from a skiing trip in Colorado. And I said, oh, you should have come to Nevada. And I mentioned how many ski areas there were around. He said, really? And I said, yeah. I said, Reno's only an hour away from Squaw Valley, Heavenly Meadows, on and on and on. And so it was really funny, because on that trip I took not any longer, but he was head of the airport authority. And it was called Reno Airport. And there were a lot of people that thought they should include the name Tahoe. And that was a perfect, and I took a reporter with me on the trip to Hollywood and another reporter on the trip to Mexico. So all these stories were written promoting what we were doing there for the state. And the Secretary of Commerce said, well, he said, we got around to talking about if it was named Reno Tahoe, he would have known. And so the guy sitting right there was in the office. Not more than 2 years later, the name changed. Wow. So that's those kinds of things that happen that aren't huge, but they really are in a way.